Well, I don't really know how this transfer special is going to go today. We could spend like over 100 million, which realistically we shouldn't be doing because we're not that financially stable just yet. Or we could build a really good team and win the Premier League this year. Hello, welcome to part 13 of Road to the Prem with Derby County, and in today's episode we shall be doing some transfer business. But before we do take a look at the season review, which isn't on the screen yet, which is weird because it usually comes on straight after the last game of the season. Let's take a look and see what the board wants us to do next year. So they want us to develop players using the club's youth system, play entertaining football. I think that's doable. I think we did that last year. Play defensively solid football. Yeah, okay. Play direct football. Play counter-attacking football. And make the most of set pieces. That's fine. We are quite good at set pieces. Work within the range budget. That's good. Grow the club's reputation. That's fine. Then they also want us to give 1-year contracts for players over the age of 34 and 2-year contracts for players over the age of 32, or maximum. Then this season, they want us to attempt to avoid relegation from. In other words, they're expecting us to go down. My contract does expire at the end of this. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna see if I can renew my contract now. I know it's a bit cheeky asking for it, but I just want to be safe just in case we do get relegated. Let's do the end of season team meeting. Let's see how this is gonna go. Probably I don't know. We don't. Oh God. Oh Jesus Christ! I don't know. This could go horribly wrong. I'm just gonna go with the probably good enough. Oh, sugar lumps. Let's try to avoid relegation. Oh, hang on. I might put it back. Yeah, promises can be discussed when you get back. They won't be discussed. I think we call that meeting a success. I don't really like doing these end of season team meetings. Let's see if we're right. We'll request to improve training facilities because we need to because we're Premier League now. I'm gonna get a new contract, right? So we'll do that. Then we'll head over to the end of season review, which I don't know how long it's going to be before the end of season review, but there might be a little bit of editing involved. So I have signed a new contract which expires at the end of 2027. It's a 2-year extension from a previous £12,000 wage. That's realistically, it's not that much compared to some Premier League managers, but it's fine. Right, on to the season review. And we are finally at the end of season review. Let's just do a brief recap on what happened last season. We got crowned champions. I don't know what else there is to say, but we did. We weren't expecting to get crowned champions, but we did. So let's take a look at all of the signings that we made last year. Started with Dane Scarlett. Obviously played pretty much every game, 43 games. Scored 46 goals. That's pretty much a goal a game. Then Jordan Williams also came in. Don't know whether he'll be Premier League standard, but he might be. Then obviously he's fine. I think he might be first choice next year. We might get another goalkeeper. I don't know yet. Then Kieran Dow, absolutely fantastic season. 9 goals, 24 assists. That's 33 goal contributions. Then Charlie Patino, he's fine. He's only a loan. Probably not going to get him back. Then Liam Shaw, yeah, he's good. Yeah. Doughty, he's fine. Yeah. They're all the players. I'm sure Doughty and Shaw can make the step up. So can probably Barber, who has just received a new contract. Russell Brad, I'd love to keep him here because he was quite good for us. I don't know if he's Premier League potential. I think he is. And Kabore, he's okay. I mean, he's not like Jordan Williams, but he's a solid backup. And Bernardotti, yes, he's good. Whether or not Brighton will let him have him on loan again, I don't know. He might look to get in some loans from abroad, like from Barcelona, Real Madrid, Dortmund, Munich, those sort of teams. Tom Holmes, he's good. It's just whether or not he's Premier League. That's pretty much the same with most of these. They're good, but I don't know if they're Premier League. Rodrigo Filca probably won't get much game time. Didn't really play a whole great lot of football. But he's good to have around the squad. Then Keenan Davis, he's fine. He's probably similar to the rest of them. He's fine for the Championship, but Premier League, he might struggle. Then Michael Hamilton, he pretty much a backup for the most of the season. He won't be coming back. The board did expect us to finish in the top half of the Championship. We exceeded that with flying colours by finishing first. I wasn't really expecting us to finish first. I was still pretty much expecting to finish in the top half or playoffs, not get promoted. Then FA Cup went pretty well. We got to the quarterfinals. Who knows? Maybe we could get to the semi-final this year. That's depending on what sort of team we build. And Carabao Cup, we don't really need to worry about that. Our biggest win this year was a 6-0 win over Grimsby in the FA Cup. Our match to remember was a 4-0 win over Burnley. Their goal of the season went to Louis Sibley with his goal against Grimsby. Their club reputation is now at 3 stars. Their annual revenue has pretty much all gone up. Did we sell any shirts this year? Because if we didn't, that's quite alarming. I mean, that's ridiculous. I mean, it does say total merchandise sales 1.35 million. Okay, that's quite weird, that. No merchandise sales, that's weird. Our best 11 for this year was Ashiri in goal, a back four of Kabore, O'Hara, Balmer and Williams, Shaw and Bird in the midfield. Then we had Dow on the right, Doughty on the left, Sibley in the middle, Dane Scott up front. Could not fault that best 11. We only won one manager of the month for this year. That was for August. I thought I won more than that. So player awards, Dane Scarlett picked up Fans Player of the Season and Young Player of the Season. I don't see any reason why he didn't win them, because he was absolutely superb for us this year. Obviously, signing of the season. Again, Dane Scarlett, top goal scorer with 46 goals. Again, Dow with 24 assists. And Dane Scarlett picked up 12 Player of the Match awards. I mean, that's a lot. That's like one every 4 games. I mean, we've achieved this quite quickly, considering 2022 we were in League One, and now 2 seasons later we're in the Premier League, which seems very strange to me. So I think I don't know what we're going to do in terms of transfer business. Let's clear this entire team selection, start from scratch. I don't know if there's any players wanted. Max Bird, he's 3.5 stars. He can probably make the step up to the Premier League. I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do in terms of transfer business. So I think I am going to come back when the transfer window is open, which is the 9th of June. Hopefully, I will have some sort of idea what kind of players I want to bring in. The transfer window has literally just opened. As the season hasn't quite ticked over. It still says we're in the championship, but we're not. I still don't have any idea who we're going to bring in, but we do have some rumours of players that we've been rumoured with. So let's take a look at them, just to see if they're any good. So we've been rumoured with Mohamed Baldini, striker who plays for Levante. He is 28, but who's he play for? He plays for Levante. I mean, he's not like a prolific goal scorer. I don't know what sort of striker he is. I don't know if he's an advanced forward. We've also been rumoured with Simon Szakowski. He's a Polish centre mid, 26-year-old. He could be a decent player. I don't really know. We've also been linked with Ryan Yates, again 26 years old, plays for Southampton, and I guess he does have Premier League experience, but it all depends how good his scout report is. I mean, I don't know what part of the squad needs strengthening, because like I said, I leave most of my transfer business to like at least early July, mid-July. I don't really do any form of transfer business early on. I don't really know what positions we need to strengthen in, because I don't know who's leaving. We're definitely not going to get Stained Scarlet back for another season, because we can only bring in two domestic like Premier League loans. So yeah, we might bring in a couple of foreign players, possibly. I don't really know what's going to happen in this episode. It could either go one or two ways. We could sign a bunch of old men with Premier League experience, or we sign a whole bunch of wonder kids. Probably none of those, but you never know. You never know with these sort of transfer specials. I don't know what's going to happen. I really don't. So Leif Davis could be a good player for us. I mean, he is a left back. We are on the lookout for a left back, because Bigger and Bunga, I do like him, but he's only 17 and is only League One, so we could do with a loan spell. Ideally, playing every week. So I think Leif Davis could be a good player, because he is Championship. He is pretty much better than. He's not better than Wilson Abraham, but when does Wilson? I don't know who we're going to bring in. Obviously, we can't get in anyone from Man City, because affiliate link will be. It just won't matter, because we're in the same league as them. So I don't know what's going to happen. So I'm going to come back early July. I hope by then we may have signed a couple players. If we haven't, it's gonna be a little tricky this year. Alright, so it's currently the 6th of July. I got a confession to make. I have not signed anyone yet. We made offers for players, but we haven't brought anyone in yet. So let's just run through the offers I've made. So I've made an offer for a Brazilian goalkeeper by the name of Luis Jr., 23 years old. Obviously, I do hope he comes in, because I mean, looking at the scout report, it says sign Luis Jr. as a priority. I hope he does come in, because I think that'd be a brilliant goalkeeper if he does. Also made an offer for Taylor Harwood-Bellis, free transfer. I think most of these transfers will be probably free transfers or loans. Then we've also made offers for Will Hughes. Obviously, did start his career off at Derby, so it would be nice to bring him back. We've also made an offer for Emilio Marcondes. We've also made an offer for Valerian Balogun, permanent, not a loan, permanent. So I think if he comes in, he'll be one hell of a striker or left winger. Can play on the right, can play pretty much in the front three, but preferably he will be a striker. We have converted some of the transfer budget to wage budget, so we have a bit more wage budget to spend, because I think previously we only had over 100k, which isn't a lot. Where most of these players do want between 30 and 60k, so you kind of have to move some of your transfer budget into wage budget. Do we have anyone leaving? No, we don't. Has anyone left? Oh yeah, Joe Wildsmith has joined Leeds United for 7.75 million. That's the only outgoing that we've had. Oh, apart from we've had two youngsters leave us, and that is Darren Robson. He's joined Middlesbrough for 230k, potentially rising up to 850k. And then Olamide Ibrahim has joined Birmingham for 185k, potentially rising up to 350k. So those two loan players, youngsters have gone out on permanence. This is what the squad's currently looking like. So at the moment, bearing in mind we haven't brought in any players, we've got offers, but we haven't had confirmation yet. So the only goalkeeper we've got is Algerius, who is 3.5 stars now. Still says he's a good championship goalkeeper, so we can do with a Premier League standard goalkeeper. And centre backs, we've just got Holmes, Cashin, O'Hall, and Barmer. I'm feeling quite happy with our centre backs. I mean, Tom Holmes is Premier League. Cashin is Premier League. I think centre backs have been pretty much good. O'Hall, Premier League. Barmer, I suspect he's not. No, Championship, but potentially Premier League. So centre backs I'm actually quite pleased with. So I think that's pretty good. Abunga is probably going to go out on loan because, let's be honest, he does need game time. We're going to try and loan him out for 30% of his wages, preferably as an important player. But see if anyone comes in on loan. Kabore, I was right backs go. We've got Kabore and Williams. And left backs, we don't have any. Shaw, he wants a new contract, but I don't really want to give it to him because I don't think he's that good. I'm trying to transfer this to him, or trying to sell him. And Jason Knight, he's a good League One player. I'm sorry, but we're in the Premier League. I can't be dealing with these sort of players right now when they're clearly not good enough. So we'll try and sell him. If not, probably loan him out. Then Max Bird, is he Premier League? Championship, but potentially Premier League. That's fine. Doughty, I don't know what he is. Championship, but potentially Premier League. Most of these players are probably Championship and potentially Premier League. Sibley's Championship. Dow must be Premier League. He is, yes, that's good. Yeah, Rodrigo is probably Championship. Yeah, yes, he is Championship. Keenan Davis, I don't know what you are. Oh, yikes. You're League One. I thought he was Championship. He's League One. Oh, God. Is he really that bad? Yeah, I don't I'm just going to click forward just to see if we do get any confirmation of transfers. We do have a loan here for a bunker from Preston. I mean, Preston are Skybet Championship. That's not bad. Oh, fine. What do you want me to do with him? Fine. Oh, I'll give him a new contract just to keep the club atmosphere happy. So we'll enter. Actually, we'll speak to his agent first. We're keen on renewing this contract. I'm thinking that's a bit too much. Right, 35 between 35 and 44. Okay, that's not the right button. Right, here's a Masala. We don't need to promise that. We'll try and narrow it down to at least 33. That's so good. Apart from those contract negotiations, I don't really know what else is going to go on. Okay, let's just press continue one more time just to see if we do get any. No, we don't. Jason Knight, I wanna sell you. I mean, the League One player to have a value that big is a bit stupid. It doesn't really make sense. I don't know. I don't know. Let's try and see if Knight can go. No, he has no intention of leaving. No, I mean that's just great. We're stuck with a League One player in the Championship. Right, I'm gonna come back literally just before our very first Premier League game. Hopefully, I will have assembled a 22 or 23 man squad. Well, it's the first day of a brand new Premier League season, and I think we've done some very good transfer business. Shall I show you who I've signed? I think that's a very good idea. We are trying to bring in another centre back in on loan just to make sure we've got covered, just in case we've got any injuries. That's if he comes in and if we've got enough money to bring him in. Obviously, he might not come in, so we haven't signed a lot, but we've signed some good players. So just a reminder, Bigger Bunga has joined Preston on loan, and Joe Wildsmith has joined Leeds United on for just under £8 million. Then now the transfers in. Only brought in 9 players, but actually 8, because Jack Greaves is a director of football signing. It's not very good. No, he's not going to get anywhere near the first team. So the first player we brought in is following Balogun. He is a American striker, 3.5-star current ability, 5-star, 4.5-star potential, leading championship striker at the moment, but potentially Premier League. So we signed him from Arsenal for 6.25 million. Had a loan spell at Watford last year, scored 24 goals in 37 games. That's not too bad. And next signing is Charlie Taylor. He is a 30-year-old left back, English, and a 3.5-star current ability, decent Premier League player, and we've got him from Burnley for 9.5 million. He's got Premier League experience. That is literally why we brought him in, just for the Premier League experience. I think he's a good signing. Madi Camara is a Ghanaian centre mid or defensive midfield if we ever switch to a 4-3-3. He's 4-star current ability, 4-star potential, decent Premier League player. Signed him from Olympiacos on a free transfer, but look at his value, 23 to 25 million. I mean, we could potentially get a decent profit on him if he ever leaves for a high fee. The next player, he's a good one. Luis Jr. is a Brazilian goalkeeper, 4-star current ability, 4.5-star potential, decent Premier League goalkeeper, far better than Oviashiri. We got him from Famalicão, I want to say it is. He cost us £16 million, but I'm sure we can make a decent profit on him in the near future, because value is 25 to 32 million. The next signing is Luca Ranieri. He is a Italian left back, 3-star current ability, 3.5-star potential, good championship player at the moment, but has decent potential, Premier League potential. We signed him from Huesca for £1.1 million. Again, that was his release clause, so we couldn't have really spent any more on him if we tried. The next signing is Baradin Bouani. He is a French right winger, 3-star current ability, 5-star potential. Good championship player at the moment, but he is going to be mainly backup for this season. He might push Dow out of the squad, I don't know. Good championship player, but potentially Premier League. We have got him on loan from Nice for the whole of this season. At the moment, he might get recalled, but let's hope hopefully he doesn't. So hopefully he should get some decent amount of football. Then a familiar face, we had him last year, but he's back again. Charlie Patino, English centre mid, 3-star capability, 5-star potential, good championship player at the moment, but potentially Premier League. Like I said, you should already know him. He is on loan from Arsenal for this year. Obviously, we did have him last year, 18 appearances, 2 goals, 2 assists. I reckon getting just another face in the centre mid. I think we've got like 5 central midfielders now, so if we ever switch to the 4-3, we've got good cover there. Then last but not least is Ahmed. He is a Swedish left winger. I mean, his name does not sound Swedish. Oh, he can be his other nationality is Somali. That makes sense. So Ahmed is a 3.5-star capability left winger or right winger, 5-star potential, not a wonder kid, which I'm surprised about because he's got some decent stats on him. He is a leading championship player, but potentially Premier League. We bought him from Troyes for 15.5 million, but looking at his value, I reckon we can make a decent profit on him if we ever sell him in a couple of years, which I don't really want to sell him because he could be part of the Premier League winning squad. I'm already planning about that, but yeah, I reckon we've got at least 2-3 seasons before we can start challenging for the Premier League title. That's the plan. It might not go to plan if we get relegated, but hopefully we do stay up this year. Let's take a look at the season preview. 19th. It could be worse. We could be bottom. How far down do we have to scroll to find our key players? All the way at the bottom. Luis Junior and Maddie Camera. I could not argue with that. So I will see you all tomorrow, where we'll be playing our first. We're not at the end of the season yet. We'll be playing our first Premier League games against Aston Villa and Leicester. If you have enjoyed today's video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more Daily Football Manager videos, and thank you very much for watching.